Hello and welcome to Navajo County Connection. I'm County Supervisor Steve Williams from District 4. I'm your host today. With me is Jimmy Jayne, County Manager. Thank you for being with me, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Before we begin and talk about what's going on in the county, let me introduce myself to those of you that may not know me. On February 10th, I was appointed by the Board of Supervisors to fill the vacancy in District 4 left by David Tenney, who had served in this position for the last 10 years. David recently was appointed by Governor Ducey to fill a position with his administration, which left a vacancy. And on February 10th, I was sworn in as the new Board of Supervisor for District 4. My family and I have been in this area for almost a decade now. We moved up from the valley. My wife Ann and I have 4 children. At the time that we left the valley, we were looking for a place to raise our family. We wanted somewhere with 4 seasons. We wanted to stay in Arizona. We wanted to be somewhere with great diversity of cultures and heritage. We wanted to be somewhere where people had great community pride and took an interest in the area they lived and also had good family values. And Navajo County has everything that we were looking for and has had. And so nearly a decade ago we moved here and we have loved it. Some of the best neighbors we've had and the best associations and friendships we've ever had have been here in Navajo County. My background is I grew up loving the sport of wrestling. I wrestled after high school at first the Naval Academy Prep School, where I was active duty Naval Reserves. I received an honorable discharge from the Naval Reserves and then wrestled for Arizona State University, which I loved my time there. I also went to law school at Arizona State University and am a practicing attorney. I have a law practice here in Show Low, where we live. When we first moved here, we lived in Linden for about 6 years, and 2 years ago moved into town in Show Low. And like I said, some of the best associations and friendships we have ever had have been here in this area. When Dave approached me about filling his spot, I knew there were big shoes to fill. He and his father Lewis before me have a history of being community-minded and have spent years in service to this area. And I appreciate the shoes that are left to fill. I feel very appreciative and fortunate for this opportunity to serve and give back, and hope that I can do an effective job in representing the citizens of District 4 and Navajo County as a whole. So that's more than you ever wanted to know about Steve Williams. So let's move now to what's going on in the county. Jimmy, let's talk about some recent accomplishments in Navajo County and maybe touch on some of the upcoming projects that we have. Why don't we start with the new county website? Would you like to talk about that?
You know, Steve, in today's world, the public expects more of government in providing service to them and providing opportunity to access their government. You know, you can go on the website now to look at credit card bills or virtually do anything on the website. Our website has evolved over the last few years, but we're about 2 months away from taking it leaps ahead in access to their government by county citizens. So we'll have fillable forms, we'll have more information and more accessible information to public. So currently, you know, you can go to navajocountyaz.gov and you have access to a lot of information, but I encourage folks to come back in a few months and it'll be substantially easier to use for our citizens.
Now community members and customers through that website, as I understand it, will have access to county newsletters, to have emailed information or access on Facebook pages and things like that for what's going on in the county. Is that right?
And that's one of the things that citizens have been asking for is how do we get additional information about the county? And so one of the things that is going to be readily available on the new county homepage is the ability to put your email address in so that as things happen, we can also send them to you. We can send you newsletters and information, and, but it's totally driven by you.
That's great. That's great. And we're a couple of months out from that, is that correct? Wonderful. Jimmy, one of the conversations that's been going on for the last couple of years, and I know recently there's been additional conversations, is a regional conversation on enhancing public safety. Would you touch base and let our customers know where we're at with that and what's new?
You know, the hospital brought this issue up about 5 years ago, Steve, in a way of how can we, in a regional effort, dispatch public safety personnel in a more effective and efficient way to be able to make sure that 2 helicopters aren't going to a scene. You know, right now you have 4 different individual 911 answering centers in our region. So there's a regional conversation to say, how do you take police, fire, EMS, the hospital, and tie them together in a way that, first of all, enhances public safety, enhances, obviously, communication, and potentially saves taxpayers money both now and into the future, doing government differently.
And so who's part of this conversation in trying to partnership regionally?
Fair question. Obviously, Summit Healthcare, the city of Shola, the town of Pine Top Lakeside, the town of Taylor, the town of Snowflake, the city of Holbrook, Navajo County, and our regional fire districts, fire departments, and EMS agencies.
So it sounds like all of the players here locally that would have an interest in this are at the table having conversations on ways to be more efficient, to provide more safety for the customers and citizens that live here.
They are, and it's typically how most public conversations go in this region. I mean, we can do a lot more through partnership and together to maximize taxpayer dollars, and in this instance also be able to enhance public safety moving forward. So truly a regional conversation that's continuing. And
this is an ongoing conversation. Is there a time frame on when we may expect to be able to announce anything? Or?
Assuming things continue to move forward, I think by sometime spring, summer time, there'll be additional information coming out from the various agencies across the county about, again, enhanced regional communication.
That's great. That's great. Anything else on that issue before it's probably a good time to transition into some innovative healthcare model and the progress that's happening with that? Anything on the regional dispatch issue before we move on to that?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why don't you update our citizens on the healthcare model and the progress there?
You know, things are changing in the healthcare world. Obviously, with the with the Affordable Care Act, things are changing from a federal policy perspective, but also having a lot of impact on the ground. But healthcare is also increasing in cost somewhere from 8 to 12% a year, typically across the country. And with Summit Healthcare being our largest, first of all, employer in this region, but also our largest healthcare provider, they're here in our community. They have a vested interest in our community. But from Navajo County's perspective, we saw those 8, 10, 12% increases every year in healthcare coverage costs. That impacts the organization, the taxpayer, but it also impacts our employees and their families. So a couple of years ago, the CEO, Ron MacArthur, and I started having a conversation about, because I went to Ron, I said, Ron, you're in the healthcare business, I'm not. But from a manager's perspective, I can tell you we can't sustain these continued increases in healthcare costs. We have to do healthcare differently. How can we do that? And we want to work with Summit to do some things differently. So we started a new healthcare plan at the county that's basically a small network that's associated with Summit Healthcare. Our employees all still have access to a larger Aetna healthcare plan under high deductible that most people are typically used to. So we provided options. But also we were able to provide a primary care clinic that's in a county facility at our Holbrook complex, an innovative model that we could not find in the country anywhere, where the county provides the facility, the healthcare provider provides the doctors, the nurses, the office staff, and then we opened it up to the public in an area that frankly is underserved, especially for primary care. So we're enhancing primary care to citizens of the I-40 corridor in that region of the county, also providing quality, less expensive care to not only citizens but to our employees and their families, again saving taxpayer money. But this partnership is continuing to evolve and grow, and it's something that's being looked at by other organizations around the country as truly an innovative model of how you can, in partnership with our private sector partners, do healthcare differently.
And one thing that you said, this is not a model that was taken from somewhere else. This was a model that was devised specifically to work with local partnerships and meet local needs, as you said, for underserved areas of the population. Is that correct?
It is. It is. And you can go, and we went to, some of our team went down to the city of Avondale, and you can walk into the Avondale Fire Department. They have an employee clinic there. So it's in a city-owned facility, but Avondale pays a third-party company to come in. They pay them a couple $100,000 a year to come in and provide mid-level medical professionals to provide that service in a city-owned facility. So the city's paying for all of their healthcare premiums and costs, plus they're paying for this third party to come in. In this model, the county said, we'll provide the facility and keep the lights on. You're going to provide all of the equipment and the personnel, and you're going to get paid when people walk in with their insurance cards. And it's been a great partnership. But from a public interest perspective, it's also, again, increased access to quality primary care, especially in a portion of our county where it's lacked in the past.
Well, that's a great partnership and a great service for our citizens.
And I think it's also a testament to the leadership, to Ron MacArthur, and to the leadership at Summit Healthcare and their vision for our community. They are truly part of our community, and I think this is one way they've demonstrated that.
Yes, I would echo that. Would you like to touch on the walking trail there up at the county complex?
You bet. And the Zoney community walking path was actually officially dedicated and opened a couple weeks ago. Many of you from the county were there. But it's, again, we have a section of land there still on the south side of Holbrook. And there's some of our employees got together with our health and wellness team and had some vision to say, we have this property. Some of it's really cool and pretty to walk through. How can we partner together to take some existing paths and do about a 3-mile walking path that's not only open to county employees as part of our county healthy wellness initiative, but it's also provided a walking trail for that region of the county. Again, there really, until that time, is not really an established walking path anywhere in the Holbrook area. So this is something that the citizens of that region can use. You'll see employees out there on their lunch hour going on, you'll go up for a mile hike or something. And in conjunction with a new employee wellness center there that has some equipment in it. Again, that's being purchased through our health and wellness initiative to, again, provide opportunities for our employees. You know, we have a gym here in Show Low that we were afforded the opportunity to partner again with the city of Show Low. The city of Show Low has a gym for their employees and their families, and they said, let's partner. And so, you know, Ed and the team here was willing to say, let's maximize this asset and open up that same opportunity for our citizens, our employees that live in this portion of the county.
Well, I've gotten some very good feedback on the walking trail. I've been invited to walk it myself, although I haven't yet, but I know it's being used well.
It is. We're getting a lot of great compliments on it.
I was interested, I'd like to talk for just a moment. Recently there was a customer satisfaction survey that the county asked customers who had come in and used services recently, whether paying their taxes or had interaction with the county, asking for feedback on their experience. And I was interested, I'll share a couple of these percentages that came back. Of those that there were 113 customers that responded, is my understanding. 65% of the participants said that their interaction with the county was better than they expected it to be, which I thought was great. 85% had a favorable or above favorable experience with the county, and then 65% of the respondents stated that they had noticed an improvement in the level of customer service since 2013. I thought that was great. Anything you'd like to comment on there?
Steve, we're proud of that. As an organization, one of our key phrases is that we're, proudly serving and continuously improving, and we take that seriously. And tied with 2013 is the implementation of the Navajo County Strategic Plan. And so that's a plan that has goals and objectives for all the departments throughout our organization. And those departments take those seriously because customer service is at the top of that list. We want to provide quality, excellent customer service to the citizens of our county. And I think that this customer satisfaction survey that was done, one of the first I think we've ever done in the history of this county, is a great reflection of the progress that we're trying to make.
That's great. Jimmy, would you touch basely on the new Public Works complex in Holbrook as well as what's happening in South County?
You bet. One of the things we're trying to do throughout our organization is how do we do government differently? How do we do it more efficiently? And one of the policy decisions the board made a couple years ago was to take 3 separate public works operations in the Holbrook area and combine them into a new public works complex that you see on the west side of 77 as you're driving north toward Holbrook, just there on the west side. Again, it's making staff more efficient, it's saving dollars, and we're providing a better service to the customers that utilize that facility and that they're serving out in the communities. Same mindset we're bringing to the Sholo area, to the South County Public Works Complex. We're going to take planning and zoning and engineering out of the White Mountain facility off the Deuce Clubs at our White Mountain complex and combine it into a new South County Public Works complex in what is currently our road yard out on Thornton Road, again, to enhance service to citizens and the customers of this region and to be more efficient in government.
That will be a great benefit to our customers.
We believe so.
Let's talk briefly about a video that we're going to show to the viewers here.
You know, something that Navajo County is very proud of is we are Navajo County. It's something we believe in very strongly in the 620 folks that live, work, and play in the communities throughout our county. So Navajo County team members partnered with Mel West here at the City of Sholo, and we appreciate our partnership with Sholo to write, produce, film, and come up with the ultimate product that you're about to see.
That's great. Let's let our viewers watch that video now.
Navajo County in northeastern Arizona. At nearly 10,000 square miles, this rural county is larger than Rhode Island, Delaware, and Connecticut combined. It encompasses the snow-capped peaks and deep forests of the White Mountains and Mogollon Rim, and descends to high desert prairies and steep-walled canyons below. Its painted desert, petrified forest, and sculpted landscapes demonstrate the beauty that can emerge in even the harshest of environs. Navajo County is a place rich with heritage and cultures as diverse as the people who live here. This place is steeped in traditions of all those who have called it home from prehistoric times until now. Native Americans inhabited these lands anciently and still do today. Hispanic cultures have shared their influences and customs. And westward bound explorers, pioneers, ranchers, and farmers settled these areas beginning in the 1800s. Generations upon generations of families have kept their ties to these northern Arizona communities, with descendants of earliest settlers still living in Navajo County today. Along with its storied prehistoric and Wild West beginnings, Navajo County embodies pop culture icons that add color and character to its widespread charm and draw visitors from around the world. The Four Seasons lifestyles enjoyed here allows residents and visitors to experience small mountain towns, Route 66 byways, and all-weather recreation. The people who live in Navajo County and the millions who visit every year enjoy unmatched experiences and amenities that can be found nowhere else. Many of these individuals are likely unaware that it is Navajo County the government organization run by people who live in its many communities that is a major contributor to the quality of life enjoyed here. Counties are the arm of government that touch our day-to-day lives more than any other, yet many of us are unaware of what counties actually do. Navajo County enriches the lives of those who work, live, and visit our beautiful area. Sit back and enjoy the examples of what Navajo County does for you. Becoming a part of the Navajo County organization is to become a part of a team of dedicated people who demonstrate every day what it means to be good stewards of the resources and tax dollars entrusted to our care. We are fiscally responsible, employing the best accounting and financial practices for which Navajo County has earned the highest awards available in the nation. At our core, Navajo County is strong and thriving because of people who work here. People who are dedicated to making our county a better place to live, work, build businesses, and raise families. We are Navajo County. We work here. We live here. We raise our families here. And that is why we are committed to making progress every day and every year as we serve and improve our communities. Your community is our community. Your county is our county. We are neighbors helping neighbors to make this place we call home better.
Our vision is to enhance the quality of life in Navajo County.
By delivering excellence in service and leadership.
Navajo County's dedicated team.
Along with our partners,
we provide exemplary services to our community.
In a fiscally responsible manner.
Preserve and protect.
Economic development. Regional leadership.
Fiscal responsibility.
Excellent service.
Communications.
Team development.
Navajo County is a study in contrasts with distinctive differences in our landscapes, our cultures, our lifestyles and interests. A rich tapestry woven with the stories, traditions, and endeavors of centuries, and strengthened by the dedication and service of every individual serving on behalf of Navajo County. Welcome to Navajo County. We think you'll like it here.
Thank you for joining us for the show today, and thank you to the County Manager for being here with us as well. We hope to see you next time on Navajo County Connection.